You're watching Newsline 14, live on Topper Station.
Good afternoon and welcome back to this edition of Newsline 14. I'm Annalise Murphy.
And I'm Sean McClurg. Let's see what's happening on the Hilltop in national and local news.
The FDA authorized a second dose of the Pfizer or Moderna booster shot for people 50 or older. The eligible individuals have to wait at least 4 months after receiving their first booster shot before they can receive their second. Director of the CDC, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, states that the additional booster is especially important for people 65 and older and for people 50 or older with underlying medical conditions. Individuals who are immunocompromised and age 12 or older are eligible for the additional Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. People who receive the first 2 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine are recommended to receive the Pfizer or Moderna booster. The initial vaccine course for immunocompromised is 3 doses. Since last fall, immunocompromised individuals have been eligible for a 4th dose of the vaccine, and they are now entitled to an additional 5th dose.
Russian officials say Ukrainian helicopters have carried out a strike on a fuel storage facility in the west of Russia last Friday. Emergency services say 170 personnel are trying to put out the flames in Belgorod. Ukraine hasn't commented, but Ukrainian aircraft has not previously struck targets in Russia. The local governor says that the attack was carried out by 2 Ukrainian helicopters. The Kremlin says the attack will hinder peace talks with Kyiv. Although the Kremlin hasn't confirmed the suspicion was that this was a Ukrainian airstrike, if confirmed, it would be the first time that a Ukrainian aircraft has flown into Russian airspace to hit a target. The Russian response is surprisingly muted in this incident. The footage of the strike has been verified by the BBC, but the source is not yet confirmed.
Speaking of COVID-19 vaccine and boosters, health experts are still learning to what extent the pandemic has affected the mental health of teens. The CDC published a study that showed more than 1/3 of high school students in 2021 reported that their mental health has suffered during the pandemic. 44% of high school students also reported feeling persistently sad or hopeless during the past year. The study also found that more than half of high school students reported experiencing emotional or physical abuse at home. Because many people lost their job during the pandemic, Clinical Director Dr. Ariana Howitt says that emotions and tensions are running high during this time. And due to the stressors brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, health experts say schools, families, and communities need to work together to provide the mental and physical health services that young minds need during this difficult time.
The WLU Foundation is hosting its annual Topper Day of Giving event today. The online event takes place to allow alumni, donors, and friends to come together to support higher education here at West Liberty University. Our anchor, Annalise Murphy, has more on the story.
Today is our annual Topper Day of Giving here on the Hilltop, and the Department of Media and Visual Arts is planning to use your generous donations in a collaborative way. In addition to annual Topper Day of Giving, the Department of Media and Visual Arts created an online art auction to help raise funds to renovate the Mac Lounge in West Liberty University's Fine Arts Building. Although the lounge is beautiful, the department doesn't feel it currently meets the needs of their students.
We are raising money to transform and redo the Mac Lounge, the space that our students, art students and broadcasting students and media students use to relax, but we want to change it into collaborative workspace because I think we are missing that kind of environment within our department. We are organizing an art auction. It's an auction to help us raise money for the Mac Lounge. So we have over 40 artworks donated by students and faculty.
Moojun Kang is a professor of visual communication design here at West Liberty, and she donated several pieces to the art auction. She says her biggest motivation in getting that lounge renovated is her students. Students have shared the idea of updating the lounge with her, saying they dream of having that space to better network and create a community.
I asked one day, why you guys hang out here? They say their best spot other than classroom in this media arts building. And then it has close to our faculty office and then all Mac room. So that's a perfect spot. I cannot wait. I can post a before after photo by how people help us It'll be amazing. It'll be amazing.
Visual communication and media professors aren't the only faculty members excited about these renovations. Professor of Art Brian Fensel donated several artworks to the auction, saying he wanted his work to go towards a good cause. He thinks having the Mac Lounge updated will create a productive and more efficient space for everyone.
It seems like the library is a natural place for that, but actually since it's kind of opposite at a campus, it's not really convenient. So having like the Mac lobby be a space where a student can go and sit and focus and work, I think it just will help with their efficiency and being able to sort of get deeper into their work.
The Department of Media and Visual Arts extend their deepest thank yous to the generous donors. The funds raised today will create a lounge where media and art students can work together in one inspiring area. If you'd like to make a donation, please visit the website below. The art auction ends today at 4 p.m. and Topper Day of Giving donations close tonight at midnight. I'm Annalise Murphy, reporting for Newsline 14 on Topper Station.
Thank you, Annalise. Want to learn more about the possible upgrades to the Mac Lounge? Head on over to the trumpetwlu.org.
Thanks, Sean. West Virginia Democrats are switching gears in the debate over suspending the gas tax. They are offering a rebate option instead. The West Virginia Senate and House Democratic leadership want to see a $100 rebate check sent to each registered driver in the state. Overall, this would cost about $57 million. The idea comes from concerns that suspending the gas tax for a short period of time could impact funding needed to repair and build roads. Representative Doug Saff says, quote, "Either version provides instant relief to the taxpayers of West Virginia. They told us to quantify, they told us to get the numbers, they told us to check on the bond issue. We continue to do so, and we continue to research in all of this. Let's just do something. Doing nothing is not an option," end quote. Democrats say they are open to any other suggestions, hoping to find a resolution soon. We'll be right back after this break with Campus News.
Parking at West Liberty can be a hassle. Here are some tips to help you park safely and correctly on campus. First, always display your parking tag. Make sure to park in the correct parking lot. Follow the marked direction of travel. Don't park in visitor parking during the day. Don't park in no parking zones. Don't park in handicap parking. Never park in front of this door. Follow these tips and you'll never have parking problems or tickets again. This message is brought to you by West Liberty University.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. Here's the campus news update. West Liberty students can expect to see all new restaurants in the upcoming fall semester. After winning the dining services bid, Aladdin Food Services is set to become WLU's newest food vendor on July 1st after the end of Sodexo's contract. Sandella's Flatbread Cafe will become Chalaka, a Chipotle-style restaurant, and Jasmine's will become a We Proudly Serve Starbucks. Aladdin plans to introduce new dining opportunities such as personal pizzas and salad vending machines. Additionally, students can expect to see a change in meal plans and meal swipe options. Aladdin allows students to buy what they wish, so the suggestion to turn Sodexo dollars into Genie dollars is being discussed. Students can also expect a slight increase in student meal plans. WLU's Board of Governors approved the increase in light of recent food inflation prices. To find out more, please visit thetrumpetwlu.org.
A new art exhibition is open here at West Lib. Here's Anya Ritz to take us into a closer look.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anya Ritz, and today here on the Hilltop, I'm taking you into a closer look into the Creative Arts Therapy Gallery into an exhibit entitled, What Were You Wearing? These pieces show what victims were wearing during the assault. This exhibit displays artwork that shows different descriptions and words on articles of clothing that depict sexual abuse, bringing awareness to sexual assault. Senior Lindsay Maynor has more to say on the exhibition she got to put on.
I wanted to give people an opportunity to kind of voice their opinions on that, and there's kind of a movement, there is a movement that already exists that's called the What Were You Wearing movement that just simply displays the clothing, but as an art therapy major, I wanted to take it a step further and give people the opportunity to alter that clothing to send a message that they want people to know about victim blaming.
Maynor has done volunteer work for both the YWCA and the Sexual Assault Help Center. Maynard mentioned her time volunteering also brought inspiration for the exhibit.
I'm their philanthropy chair, so I've gotten a lot of first-hand, hands-on experience, like coordinating activities. We do a lot of on-campus activities to kind of bring education to people at West Liberty. And then when we're actually there, things have been kind of weird since COVID. They've been kind of strict on us coming there. But when we are there, we do a lot of work in their boutique, kind of just sorting everything, steaming if they need it, just whatever they need to, which is where we mainly are. But mostly we do a lot of on-campus education and awareness activities.
Terry Giller, creative arts therapy instructor, gave us more insight of what it means to have a student bring awareness to an issue with such stigma.
Actually, I feel quite proud of the students here, the creative arts therapy students. This is my first year teaching. I've been a clinician for the past 15 years, so to come here and see students with ambition and passion for a field that I have passion for makes me proud, and it's great to kind of see them develop as artists, as art therapists, and people.
That's your closer look at the creative arts exhibit, What Were You Wearing? I'm Anya Ritz reporting for Newsline 14.
Jim Justice's Nurse Expansion Grant gave West Liberty University's nursing program more room for future students. The grant originates from the Nursing Workforce Expansion Program, a program created to help combat the current shortage of nurses in West Virginia. Receiving a nearly $1 million grant, the university plans to use the grant to boost enrollment in our nursing program this fall. This grant is estimated to help around 20 new nursing students, specifically students applying for a second-degree program. This second-degree program is used to give former college graduates a chance to change careers with another major. Another portion of this award will go to technology improvement within the nursing program. The department would like to purchase a virtual reality set to give students a chance to practice their skills with virtual reality immersion software. Along with this purchase, they would also like to buy 3 new practice mannequins. WLU is one of 26 projects being funded across the state and is very grateful for this award.
It's time to register for fall classes. Seniors, graduate students, and veterans can register starting Monday, April 4th. Juniors can register starting Friday, April 8th. Sophomores can register starting Thursday, April 14th, and freshmen can register starting Wednesday, April 20th. The Scholar Program and Honors College students can register with the seniors on April 4th. Schedule an appointment with your academic advisor before registering for classes to get your alternate PIN number. You should also go to DegreeWorks to see what classes you need to graduate. You can view available classes on Wins 9 by going to Look Up Classes under the registration menu. Be sure to look at the prerequisites and course restrictions for each class. You should also check Wins for holds on your account under the Student Records menu. If you have any questions about registration, contact your academic advisor.
With student elections today, we've seen candidates go the extra mile to get student votes. Here's Sean McClurg to tell us more.
With elections coming soon for the student government at West Liberty, students running for positions are going the extra mile to make sure that they get their names out there. Alexandria Black and Kaya Villers, running for president and vice president, are doing just that, as they are giving out free pierogies to students and staff at the Union Ballroom.
The duo's main goal is to create a stronger bond between students, organizations, and faculty members, enacting change on what the students want, personal beliefs and opinions aside.
So I decided to run for student government president because I feel like it's important to give students a voice and give them a safe space to go to whenever they need to talk about something or get opinions out and not feel judged for whatever ideas that they have. No idea is a stupid idea, and I've always felt like making a difference is a difference no matter how big or small.
Students can all agree hot food on a cold day is always a great idea.
Well, I'll tell you, growing up, pierogies were my favorite food, and when I saw that they had them, I knew it was an immediate vote for me.
So you're saying that you have Alex and Kai's vote this election?
Absolutely.
I think it is a great way to get their name out there and to attract students because food is a very big thing to attract people. So I think that they're doing a great thing to get their name out there.
Make sure to find out more about Alex and Kaya on their campaigning Instagram at smile.wlu, as well as the student government Instagram at SGAWLU.
Reporting for Newsline 14, I'm Sean McClurg.
West Liberty's Student Government Association is holding an election for president and vice president. Votes for the president and vice president position were sent out today in an online poll that lasts until 4 p.m. Online voting can be found through email, where you have the option to vote for a candidate pair of your choosing. Students eligible to vote include undergraduates, graduates, commuters, online, and international students. Students running for the president of SGA include Alexandria Black, Alexia Schmader, and Sydney Burkle. The running mates for vice president positions include Kaya Villers, Matt O'Neill, and Cody Dixon Rushman. Those selected will serve on SGA during the 2022 through 2023 term and will sit on the Board of Governors as a voting member for the students. An open town hall panel was held on March 31st in College Hall, where students could listen to the candidates address issues on campus. Winners of today's election will be announced once all the votes are finalized.
Assistant Editor Brianna Hammond has the update on the Trumpet's next issue publication. Here's what she has to say.
Good afternoon. I am Brianna Hammond, Assistant Editor of the student-run newspaper, The Trumpet. Issue 20 publishes tomorrow, and here's a preview of what you can find. Starting off the news section on page 3, we report on Aladdin Food Services replacing Sodexo for the upcoming fall semester. Current food services will be replaced starting on July 1st. More about WLU's newest food service on page 3. On page 4, Alumni Affairs Office hires new director, Amanda Bennett. More about Bennett's goal for alumni engagement on page 4. Next up, West Liberty celebrates 185th anniversary on March 30th as the first public university established in 1837. More about page 5. Ending the news section on page 6, we discuss the Tuskegee Army Nurses Project presentation hosted by the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Headed by Dr. Monique Elikasi, the program took place in honor of Women's History Month. Check out page 6 or view the presentation located on Topper Station for more information. The culture section begins on page 7 this week with a highlight of the SGA candidates running for the election of president and vice president. The winners of today's ongoing election can be found on page 7. On the next page, check out a recap of the WLU Cheer Team Showcase presented to students in preparation for the National Cheerleading Championship in Daytona Beach, Florida. More on page 8. On page 9, the dental hygiene program is accepting patients of all ages in the month of April. To learn more about the program and how to book an appointment, check out page 9. Ending our culture section this week, WLU professors Dr. Aaron Harper and Dr. Danielle Melman Brightwell are contributing to chapters in separate books. For more information about their work as writers, check out page 10. This week's opinion section features the International Food Festival held on March 29th. On page 11, we review the variety of dishes and dance performances at the festival, and on page 12, you can view a photo page of the food located at each country represented. To catch up on all things Hilltopper sports, check out our sports section. This week's sports update starts on page 13 with a recap of the second annual Tim Weaver Invitational hosted by WLU, where the men's and women's team took overall victories. More about the home invitational on page 13. On page 14, the WLU Acro and Tumbling loses to Frostburg State while putting up their third highest score of the season. More about the Acro and Tumbling team's season on page 14. Next up, WLU baseball team wins 3 games out of 8 in last week's competitions against Wesleyan, Slippery Rock, and West Virginia State University. Read page 15 for a look into the baseball team's slow start to the season. Ending the sports section on page 16, the softball team wins recent games against Alderson Broaddus and Notre Dame College, seeing a season-high 10-game win streak. More on page 16. That concludes the Trumpet's updates for this week. To read the Trumpet, issue 20, visit thetrumpetwlu.org. See you next Wednesday for more updates. I'm Brianna Hammond, reporting for Newsline 14 on Topper Station.
We'll be right back after the break. Coming up next is West Lib Sports Update.
Find out if West Liberty men's track and field team won their title or not, here on Newsline 14.
Please, not the trash. Take me along. I can be repurposed. Just give me another chance.
It takes more than one person to make a big difference, but one person can make a difference.
Welcome back to this edition of Newsline 14. I'm Anya Ritz.
And I'm Caitlin Reynolds. Let's see what's happening on the Hilltop in sports.
The West Liberty men's track and field team won the title at the second annual Tim Weaver Invitational at the West Family Athletic Complex this past Saturday. The team had a total of 166.5 points to take first place. Makai Anderson stole the show as the only multi-event winner for the men. He won in the high jump, grabbing 10 points for the toppers, but Anderson had more to give to the team by setting a school record that has been in the books for 21 years. Anderson's winning time in the 110-meter hurdles with a time of 14.96 seconds was almost a half-second faster than the previous record. Other toppers who won events were Reese Burnside, Dana Phillips, and Brendan Sands. The team is back in action this Saturday at the Westminster Invitational.
Senior wrestler Cole Leah has been named the NCAA Division II Super Region 3 Wrestler of the Year. Leah receives the award following another accomplishment of being named the MEC Wrestler of the Year. Leah, the 125-pound topper veteran, had an amazing season after clinching his second straight national title. The four-time All-American and now three-time Super Region 3 champion finished the season with a record of 27 wins and 3 losses. Leah finished his career with 81 wins and 9 losses with the 2 national championships and a third-place finish while having a record of 11 wins and 1 loss at the national championship competition. Leah becomes one of the finalists for the NCAA Division II Wrestler of the Year award, which is expected to be announced later this month.
West Liberty's acro and tumbling team suffered their first loss in the Mountain East Conference against Fairmont State. Last Sunday, the Hilltoppers competed at home against the unbeaten Fairmont State. All 6 events were close in score, but Fairmont State took the victory in each event. The opening compulsory event was won by just 0.05 of a point. In the Pyramid Head, West Liberty opened the event with a 9-point lead, only to have Fairmont match their score. The lead became more significant as the Hilltoppers saw a major deduction in the open head of the toss event, which allowed Fairmont to take the lead by almost 10 points. Fairmont also won all 6 heats of the tumbling event, allowing them to win the event by 16 points. West Liberty will play again on Sunday against Frostburg State to clinch the number 2 spot in the Mountain East Conference.
Now let's hear from the West Liberty dance team and what they have planned for the remainder of the season. Lainey Lynch has more on this story.
Good afternoon. I'm Lainey Lynch reporting with Newsline 14. I'm currently standing in front of Blatnick Hall where the WLU Dance Studio is located. The West Liberty University dance team was recently reintroduced early last semester. With this recent return, the team is in a pinch for funding and exposure. The dance team is currently working on a new upcoming event in hopes of getting both. The event, Dancing with the Athletes.
The event will feature select team members dancing to a song, genre, and choreography of their own choosing. Their partners will be West Liberty athletes with no dance background. It is up to the dance team member participants to ready their partners for their performance in April. Here's what sophomore Kelsey Cottis, team member and event participant, had to say about the event.
I'm really excited about this fundraiser that we're doing, just to get the dance team name more out there and get us more funded so we can look more official after our comeback season.
Unlike other teams on campus, the dance team is entirely student-run. With no coaching staff or instructor, it has been entirely up to the young ladies on the team to get their season started. Dancing with the Athletes will debut in hopes of giving the audience an entertaining performance, a good laugh, and an opportunity to raise money for the team's future uniforms. Vi Engel, another current dance team member, had a few things to say.
Hi, my name is Viola Engel. I'm a freshman. I am dancing a country genre with Javon Wilson, and I'm excited for this event because I just love dancing.
The dance team event will be held on Wednesday, April 27th in College Hall from 7 to 9 p.m. Dancing with the Athletes will also feature a panel of judges to add a layer of competitiveness to the fun. Again, as the athletes have no dance background, it will be quite the challenge. Here is Mackenzie Infanti and other participants' take on the event.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Infanti. I am a freshman. I have been dancing for 12 years, and I think this is a really good event to get people together because dance is just fun for everybody.
Make sure to mark your calendars for Wednesday, April 27th from 7 to 9 p.m. and come out to support the West Liberty University dance team at the first ever Dancing with the Athletes. I'm Lainey Lynch reporting for Newsline 14 on Topper Station. I'll see you there.
Throughout 14 innings, West Liberty's softball team lost to Slippery Rock last Thursday by only 1 run. In this non-conference doubleheader, the second game was called due to darkness, with the total playing time exceeding 3 hours. In the first game, the score was tied 1-1 until the top of the 11th when Slippery Rock got an RBI, taking the lead at 2-1. West Liberty's Katie Beeman then started off the 11th inning with another run by sprinting home during Lauren Garcia's suicide squeeze. When the 14th inning came around, Slippery Rock scored their 5th single run to take the lead at 5-4, which was the final score. In the second game, the Hilltoppers managed to score 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th to make a tie of 4-4 when the umpires called the game. The Hilltoppers will play again here on April 6th at 3 against Wheeling University.
Frank Gore is set to take a front office role with the 49ers. Longtime NFL running back Frank Gore has decided to sign a one-day contract with the San Francisco 49ers and announced his retirement from the NFL. Gore was a third-round pick in the 2005 NFL Draft. Gore spent his first 10 seasons with the 49ers. Since then, Gore has played for the Indianapolis Colts, Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, and the New York Jets. Gore holds the record for the most games played by a running back with 241. Gore will retire with 484 receptions for 3,985 yards and 18 touchdowns. To go along with those numbers, Gore will retire third all-time in rushing yards with 16,081 touchdowns.
We'll be right back after this short break.
Be sure to swing by for your weather update here on Newsline 14.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. I am Siddhi Mahatule and this is the weather update. Right now on the hilltop it is about 60 degrees. Unfortunately, it will only get cooler as the day goes on. Around 4 p.m. you can expect some showers to begin, but as the sun sets the chance of rain raises above 90%. The rain looks like it will continue through the night as well. Stay dry and be careful driving, especially on those back roads. Starting off in Los Angeles, they are enjoying some beautiful hot weather with 90 degrees and mostly sunny skies. While Colorado is at a high of 50 degrees. Down in the Texas, we are sitting at 79 degrees with mostly sunny skies, while Florida is experiencing 79 degrees of temperature. Moving over to New York City, it is finally seeing clear skies after some rain with 53 degrees weather. Finally, in the Ohio Valley, we are sitting at a 63 degrees of temperature with a possibility of rain showers. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to hear what this weekend has to offer. The 5-day forecast is coming up next.
The phone can wait. Don't text and walk.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. I am Siddhi Mahatole with the 5-day forecast. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 37 degrees. It will be cooler on Friday. It will be an overcast day with a possibility of rain throughout. We will see a high of 52 and low of 37. Moving on to Saturday, it's like February all over again. Will be chilly 44 degrees as the high with a low of 32. Overcast all day with a chance of snow. Sunday, the clouds will stay, but the precipitation will go. We will have a high of 46 degrees and a low of 31. On Monday, when we are all back in the classroom or at work, the weather will miraculously be nice. It will be partly cloudy with a high of 64 and a low of 52.
Thank you for that weather update, Siddhi, and thank you for watching this edition of Newsline 14. I'm Annalise Murphy.
And I'm Sean McClurg. Don't forget to tune in next Wednesday at 2 p.m. and have a great week.